can go back and practice. I don't know about y'all, but I need all the help I can get whenever it comes to anything related to creativity. So I'll make sure that she sends y'all a copy of this. So hi, I'm so excited that y'all all jumped in and so excited to see all of you. I realized one of the biggest blessings of having a global pandemic, because there are a few, is the opportunity to reconnect with people. Holly Morris, I just saw you get on, and I don't think we've talked since we had maiden names, which is way too long. So I think that was one of the fun things whenever I saw the people that were signing up. I was like, this is really neat. We're all doing the best that we can during these times and staying connected and helping each other out. So thank you for helping me, because you all know that I can't go without seeing people. So thanks for joining in with me. And I hope that this is fun for you. So kind of the goals, you've seen that I've set a few of these up, and this is the first one. But the goals are, number one, I love people, so it's selfish because I want to see all of you. And number two, I have some incredibly talented friends, and I love to connect talented people to other talented people. So this is also being a passion of mine. And then the third part is that we're all seeing our businesses pivot in from some capacity. And I know, I primarily work in the real estate industry, and I'm seeing what our entrepreneurs are doing. And I realize that there's some really cool other entrepreneurs in my world that are pivoting their businesses too. And I would love to share that story. Another byproduct that was great about this is it forced me to wash my hair. So all of my coworkers on Zoom tomorrow are going to thank all of you. Kayla, who's on here, has been doing my hair at Blow for like the past 8 months, and she knows that this was a major feat for me to actually do my own, but it was time. So thanks, y'all. Who else is feeling that right now? Like, oh, I'm gonna have to do my hair and makeup because, yeah.
I did this morning, but then I went out into the yard, started cleaning, started vacuuming. I went on this whole cleaning spree, and then I just went to pick up takeout, and at one of our favorite restaurants that is doing curbside, and they were closed. So I came home, made homemade spaghetti and pasta. And I'm like, I don't know if I should be jumping on this. I hope I don't have anything in my teeth. No, I don't.
You look beautiful, Shelby.
Well, I just love your jacket. I could have just put on a scarf or something. I might.
I wore that because all these people pour into me and invest in me, so I better not show up how I normally look on Zoom. Elizabeth, who's just signing on, actually picked this jacket out, and we'll hear from her on Friday. But I just want to thank you. Thanks for jumping in on this adventure with me and with the people that I consider entrepreneurs that keep my world going. And we're going to keep having these for as long as we're social distancing. So pay attention to Facebook, or I'll email you, but we're going to hear from some pretty cool people. Wednesday of this week, you'll hear from Lisa Casper with Skincare One-on-One. And on Friday, Elizabeth Elias, who I just referenced the jacket with, will be doing Organizing Our Closet. But let's jump in to today's star, Leah Trogan. So you probably, if you saw my Facebook post, or if you didn't because you're a friend of a friend, I recently met Leah, or my friend Holly. Wave Holly. Holly MM. There's two other Hollies on this. My friend Holly was chairing a charity gala, and one of our mutual friends lined up our hair and makeup because none of us are good at that. And Leah shows up, and I'm thinking this is going to be a hot mess. My makeup appointment is at 1 o'clock. And for those of you that know me well, you know I'm a tornado. And there's no way that even by the time the gala starts, I'm still going to look presentable, or by the end of it that the makeup's still going to be on. I was wrong. Leah did this phenomenal job. And as we started talking, because of course I wanted her life story, I learned that she trained directly under Bobbi Brown, the queen of makeup. She trained her, she's her mentor, and she learned all these tips and tricks. She led major company initiatives for the Bobbi Brown company, led a bunch of their trainings, and then decided, like some of others of us, that there were ways to do this in an entrepreneurial way. And so she decided to create her own empire. And this is my version of her bio. Go read the real one. Since then, she has worked on movies, New York Fashion Week, with lots of models for digital and hard copy print. And what's even more remarkable, as you can see, because we're about to focus on her, she is so darn beautiful and is in this super glamorous industry. Yet she's one of the most down-to-earth, warm, and humble people that I've ever been around. So we all know that that goes really far with me, and I fell in love. And so since my makeup's staying on for like 30 hours, I learned that Leah does, like, she'll clean out your makeup drawer, she'll teach you how to do your makeup that you can actually manage on a day-to-day basis, and she'll help you pick out new products, and not from one line. Everything from the dime store to Neiman's, she mixes it up where you're not sold on a brand, but you're sold on the products that are best for you. Today is not about products. Today is about us having a drink, seeing each other, and learning something really cool. And so Leah and her mom, Susan, are here. Susan's her model, to teach us how to do a makeup facelift. So Miss Leah, I'm going to turn it over to you. Hey, y'all, if you have questions, feel free to put them in the chat box. And also, if you want to unmute yourself, if you have questions, and ask them out loud. This is a conversation. We're at happy hour. This isn't a formal work Zoom. Kathy, who I just saw, I mentioned that she does Zoom from work all the time. Hey, be here in your PJs, be here makeup or no makeup, ask questions, but let's just make this as fun as possible. Leah, thanks for being the guinea pig, and I'll let you take over from here.
Thank you, Holly. This is my first time using Zoom, y'all, so I'm new at this too, but I just want to say thank you for putting this all together. This is so fun. This is helping me not lose my mind. As an artist, I always want to keep working and doing stuff, but I thought this was perfect timing because I got my mom in quarantine with me, so she gets to be my model today. But yeah, I just thought of, it's just something fun for everybody to do together would be, makeup facelift. It's so easy, something that you could do at home, and it just takes a little bit more of probably the product that you have already to just go from this. My mom did her makeup, and I kind of wanted her to do it as she does on a normal daily, but I just want to show you what, adding a little bit more of 3 key products can do for you. So she has a little bit of base on. You've got, you have eyeliner
and mascara.
Mascara. Okay. So the top 3 products, can anyone think of what the top 3 products are that would be help lift the face? Holly, you can't cheat because I kind of taught you this already.
Lisa, I'm going to throw a lifeline to you.
Oh, wait, it skipped. What was that?
I was putting my friend Lisa on the spot, who does skincare. I was like,
oh.
To her.
I was going to say, foundation, concealer, and powder.
You got one right.
Oh, concealer.
Concealer, yep. Concealer, eyeliner, and blush are 3.
I knew that.
Hey, you're doing good, and you look great too. I see you got your eyeliner on today. I know we all actually have to brush our hair today. Do something. Okay, so let me show you. I'm going to start off with the concealer. Concealer is so important. I'm just going to add a little bit of hydration on her skin. You always want to, skincare is the most important thing, but today we're just going to skip over that step and go directly to the makeup facelift part. So I'm just going to press a little bit of a face oil of any kind just to get hydrated, because you don't want that concealer to be dry, to be cakey, to have too much powder on it. So having that nice base underneath will just make that concealer just very smooth and glide on easily. I want to just show you, I'm going to do one half, and then you guys can see the half that my mom did.
It would be hard to be your mom.
She didn't know she was going to get makeup shamed on here, so she probably wouldn't have signed up for this.
Hey, Leah, we had 2 people ask the same question at the same time. What is your favorite face oil?
Well, I do love the Bobbi Brown face oil. I love it. It's really lightweight. It's a dry oil. I'm currently out of that. So right now I have the 03 Midnight Corsoca face oil. It's amazing. I actually got this in I signed up for the FabFitFun box, and I've been loving it. I even pressed it on my neck at night in my décolleté, and it just seems to keep everything nice and hydrated. And it's not a very heavy oil, and it smells good too, huh?
Mhm.
And Susan, someone just typed, Hillary just said, your mom is beautiful. So while she picks on you for your makeup, know that everyone else thinks you're stunning.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm going to be working from my Bobbi Brown Pro palette. This is what I have all my correctors and concealers in. So when you start off with your makeup and you're really wanting to get that lift, you want to start off with a corrector. A corrector is what's going to take out that blue, that gray, that green. Everyone's got a discoloration underneath their eye because the skin is thinner underneath your eye. So you need something to neutralize that discoloration. A lot of people just jump straight to concealer, but if you really want that lifted, high cheekbone, bright eye, you're going to want to use a corrector. And another analogy I use for this is if you wanted to paint over a red wall, you need to prime it first, and then you put the color you want on top, if that makes sense. So what I'm going to do, most people fall into like the pink biscuity corrector tones. So there is a peach orange, which is more so for like more of the Indian color range where it's more green and brown, but majority is a red, a blue, purple undertone. So the bisque corrector, which is these, are more of a pink. So my mom's not dark at all underneath her eyes. You're actually lucky. So she doesn't need that much.
Bags, so just better get rid of the bags.
So when you how to get rid of the bags? By the highlighter, the concealer. You're lifting, you're distracting from the bags. I love this brush. It's the full coverage. Holly, I know you got this brush. We ordered it for you. I love it. It's very full. I'm trying to show you. And it's almost like a finger versus like a flat brush. But this one is just very soft. It doesn't pull on your eye. And you notice when I'm doing it, and let me know if I need to go closer to the camera with her. I'm gonna press
Along
it.
those lines, if you put it on speaker view, everybody, y'all can see her more up close. And Elizabeth just had a great idea that when Leah sends us an email later today with the recording, she can also put links to the products and the brushes that she's talking about.
Absolutely, yeah. I will list everything that I use and the brushes and where to get them. That way we can make it really easy, streamlined, because this is something I want you to be able to do at home yourself. So now you can see I'm just taking that corrector and lifting right just in the areas that were just a little bit darker. You look so thrilled, Mother.
I'm just scared you're going to poke me in the eye.
I've been a professional for how long, and
I
she
know,
still
I know.
does this to me. This is maybe why I should use my book. Okay, so taking the corrector, I'm pressing it in. Then you want to go back with your concealer, which there's a million types of concealers. I'm going to use the Bobbi Brown concealer. There's a lot of good concealers out there, though. One of my other favorite is, I do love Shape Tape by Tarte. It's easy, it's quick, and you can just take it and wipe it right underneath your eye, then press it on. But again, you really do want to have that corrector on first before you put your concealer on. Also, Bobbi Brown does make the light tinted eye brightener. That's good for something if you don't want as heavy of a concealer. A lot of women are concerned about it creasing and wrinkling underneath the eye. So this is just almost like a very sheer tinted eye brightener. And also, YSL makes a really good one, but then again, you're starting to get more expensive with that. But it is really, if you're looking for lighter options, I've got a million recommendations for you. But I'm going to stick with my favorite classic Bobbi Brown.
Hey, Leah, we have a couple questions. So one of them is that a cream base? So explain the type of correctors, concealers, and base that they're using. Like, are they cream or are they
So
powder?
these are all cream base. I do really only recommend a cream base for underneath the eye, because if you think about it, when skin looks old, it's when it looks dry. So this skin is very thin, so you always want to keep it as hydrated as possible. Not to say that you don't want to set it, because if it's too hydrated, it's going to crease, but you always want to start with a cream base. This area is like the first area that you really show signs of aging. So if it's dry, if it's powder, it's just going to look not attractive on anyone. So there is, I grabbed, and that's funny you said that, because I actually pulled this out. Bare Minerals, I do like it. There's one called Well Rested, and I'll put a little bit of that on her, but again, I'm still using a cream base to start with.
Okay, and one of the other questions Jolie asked, what color of corrector do you want to use, and how do you know which color to use? I know color is going to depend on skin type. How do you make that determination?
So the best way to adjust to that is if the corrector doesn't, if it looks completely white, like if you see it, if it looks lighter on the skin, it's too light. If it looks darker on the skin, it's too dark. Like, the best way is just take a step back, look at yourself in the mirror, and like, does this look way too washed out? It should just blend into the skin tone as far as a corrector goes. The concealer, you want to be about 1 to 2 shades brighter than the rest of your face. A lot of people like that real blown out look right now, the more contoured look, and that's totally fine. But it just make sure it's not white. Or another way is, it's like Bobbi Brown, for example, with her products, it'll have sand foundation would be a color, and then there's a sand concealer. So that way they stay in the same family. But yes, to be your own makeup artist, you really just want to take a step back and is this too bright or is this too dark? It should just be a soft lift. Like on my mom right now, she doesn't wear a lot of concealer. And I want you guys to notice the application too. I'm gonna blow it out a little bit more just because the light. But when I'm putting concealer on, you want to take it almost like a triangle. A lot of people just put it right here. You want to take it all the way down to the nose and then out. So turn this way. We have to remember that, we have all different sides of our face, and people will just stop, put it right here. You want to always make sure, turn again, blend all the way back. So again, you're creating this triangle effect. And then look straight. Really make sure to pull it up into the inner part of the eye, and then wrap it down right around the nose, and then blend out. How do you feel?
I don't know. How do I look?
I should lift it. Okay, I'm just gonna touch a teeny bit of foundation on her just to blend it out.
You're still using the same brush, the one that's kind of flat?
Yes, I've only used this one, the full coverage touch-up brush. I'm just going to be doing one side, just so you guys can see the difference on her face. But yeah, so far just this one brush. So for foundation, I'm going to do the Bobbi Brown Stick Foundation. It's a great overall. Let me grab one. She'll be right back. In the back. This is what they look like. I love this formula. It works on every skin tone, trust me. I've done this on 12-year-olds to 101-year-old women. They all love it, but they're just easy. You can just swipe it on. This is my favorite brush. It's the full coverage touch-up face brush, and then you just buff it in. So I'm going to use that, and I like this too because the stick foundation you can layer on top of the tinted moisturizer. You can layer it on top of any makeup, and it won't look cakey. So this is great for happy hour. If you have 20 minutes between getting home from work and then you want to go hang out with your friends, you can just pop that little stick on and blend it in, and it won't interfere with the makeup that you already have on. So I'm just going to do a tiny bit right just in the areas that she needs it. Just a little bit more on the cheeks, a little bit on the chin, and then a little bit on the forehead. Sorry, messing up your bangs. And around the nose, always make sure to get the nose. Get in the nose.
Coronavirus.
I know. Well, I think you're my mother.
Better wash those brushes good.
Lots of sanitizing. So as you can see, I just really buff. I don't like an overly foundation face. So again, just put the makeup in the areas that you need it, and then don't worry about the rest. Like, it doesn't need to be a full face of makeup every day.
Wait, can you elaborate on that? I feel like I need a full face of makeup every day.
So if you have the time, absolutely. But to streamline your makeup, if you have good skin, and a lot of times people don't even need foundation, they can just put concealer on, because that's where the heart of the face is the most discolored. So if you have that covered, then you really, maybe just add a little blush and eyeliner on and you'll be good to go. Actually, for a night out, you can do the whole thing, but a lot of times just really getting that under eye area and then setting it with powder, it's quick and easy.
Well, for me, you probably could see, do not overexpose your skin to the sun when you're young, because it will come back and bite you. So now I have these age spots, and that's where I need to, I don't know if you can see, but that's where I need to conceal now more.
That corrector, okay, sorry, I don't know, I don't even know if you're using that product today, but that Bobbi Brown corrector with that brush makes those things just go away.
Yeah, you can, so the corrector, going back on that was the product that I first put on underneath her eye to neutralize that undertone. I've covered tattoos with it, and it doesn't look cakey or heavy. It's just finding that right undertone. I don't know, can you guys see that right here on my mom? Or is it too washed out?
If you're on speaker view, I think it works.
For a good example right here, because she's a little discolored right here, on finding the right corrector. If that product just disappears, it's gonna look pinky, but do you see how that completely neutralized that dark spot? Or is it too bright? Let me see. Where's my light? Can you guys see that? Right here. It completely took out that brown spot. It's the same level of color as her skin. And then that's why you want to go back with your foundation color, and then you can just press it right on top and it completely disappears. And it's gone. See, no more sunspots. Any questions about the concealer placement? I'm just going to keep working over here.
Do you use any corrective tones like orange or green depending on skin tone?
I don't believe in green. I really stick with pink, more of the pink tones, and more of the peach brown undertones. You could even use like the old school way, how we used to do it before there was corrector, was actually using red lipstick. I've been doing it for a while, but that's what we use to knock out discoloration. So I've always stuck with that, and I feel like sometimes if you start using like the greens, it really does show on your skin. It can make your skin kind of look gray. By adding that warmth, it'll help knock out that blue undertone in the face. Luckily, we don't have to worry about using red lipstick anymore. There's all that out there. Okay, so I'm gonna do some eyebrow. And right now, I'm just gonna be using, this is a Revlon powder, and it's super easy, but with an eyebrow, I'm using, all my brushes are pretty much Bobbi Brown, but I'm just using a powder. You wanna make sure that, if you guys have any questions about getting the right color for brows, I can definitely talk to all of you about it, because brows are so important too. It's not necessarily part of the makeup facelift products, but brows is a staple. Like but it's very hard to find the right color for you. So I will jump on with anyone who wants to discuss the right color for brow. So my mom, since she's a little bit more fair, I'm going with a slightly gray tone brown. Nothing that has red in it, because with lighter skin really pulls any color that, lighter skin tones actually pull out red quicker in products. So you want to counteract that with more of a gray based product so you don't have red brows. When drawing on her brow, basically trying to say, I'm going to start, you want to start like you're drawing a line from point A to point B on the bottom. And when you do it on yourself, it should always be a straight line, never a curve. You want it to be a perfect line to the arch of the brow. And then you want to pull that and tail it out. And then
Where should it start?
That's a good point. Your brow should start right here. You want the point, the arch, to be right past your iris. So mom, you should have a good brow placement. And then the tail needs to end there. So it's 1, 2, 3, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And then you want to go back in and fill in the rest of the brow. I find that using a powder is really easy, but I do love Anastasia brow pencils. Benefit makes amazing brow pencils. I do like the thinner ones. I feel like it's easier to draw in more natural hairs than like the thicker ones. But powder, I feel like, is so versatile that if you mess up, you can just take a spoolie.
Yeah, question about, what about brow gels?
I love brow gels. Brow gels are really good for those people that have a super thick brow to begin with, or for women that have a little bit of gray in their brow. I always say, so many of my clients will start tweezing them out. I'm like, no, just get a brow gel and put it over. Save all those hairs.
I maybe tweeze this out.
Holly?
No.
Look,
Okay, let's
never squeeze out your grays.
I
Don't.
pull out my grays.
Yeah, no, we love every single hair. Every hair. So the brow gels are amazing for that. Again, I really do like Benefit's brow gels. They have this really good one for anyone who has like a thicker brow or longer hair. We don't have that in our family, but they I do love. It's a 24-hour brow setter, and it just gives a really pretty gloss and finish to the eyebrow and grooms it, puts it all in place. My mom doesn't necessarily need it. We just fill a little bit more. Let me see, turn this way. I can maybe. There we go. Oh, there you are. And again, if you guys can see, it's drawing a line here, tailing it out, and then connecting it there to tailing it out. And then filling it in. Okay, look straight. Good, you got eyebrows. Okay, so now that she has her brow on, we're gonna get back to the next step in a makeup facelift, which is the eyeliner.
Did you say I get to have a facelift?
Yes, you do. And notice I haven't set anything quite yet. I like to set all makeup at the end versus if she gets any fallout or anything like that, I can just go back and put more concealer before it's all set in. I am, before I do her liner, I'm just gonna throw the, just a quick eyeshadow on top of her. I love these, I got Holly hooked on these, but it's just a cream shadow. This one is Bobbi Brown. They have all different colors, but this is just a very soft, this is Nude Beach. It's one of my favorites. And you just take it I'm all about easy products. And press it in with your finger. Just tap, tap, tap. Take it all the way. See how I'm pushing just all the way into her brow bone right here, right underneath. It's so easy.
Heather wanted to know if you had a suggestion for brow shape, natural, not a tattooed shape.
Say that again.
So Heather asked, do you have a suggestion for brow shape, natural, not tattooed? Her microphone's not working.
Oh, for brow shape, I always say go with that pattern of your, obviously based on your own face shape, but you know, from here, everyone's got a little, it's gonna be a little bit different on everybody. I don't believe in like the pre-made kits. Those never ever work out. Because everyone's face is a little bit different. I'm always about keeping it a little bit more natural. Were you also asking about getting them tattooed? Was that the other question? No.
The question was, she said exactly.
I don't like tattooed, but I do like microblading. I think that's, but again, you have to go to someone that you trust. I almost want to do it myself, but I still don't know if I trust anyone just quite yet.
I think her question was more along the lines of, she said no, just what shape? I tweeze anything outside the line. So she wants to know, how do you go about getting your natural shape without making it look tattooed?
Oh, well, let me see, which one are you? Wave high. Let me see if I can see you.
Her camera and mic are off.
Off. Okay. Well, I guess I want to see what her brow looks like in that way, because again, everyone's brow is very different.
I'll connect y'all, and I'll send you a picture, and I'll connect y'all.
Okay, perfect. Because everyone's brow is a little bit different, and some people like a thinner brow. And sometimes a fuller brow looks better on people. It's really about following your natural shape and then making it more streamlined from there, if that makes sense. If you're a low maintenance person, you want to make sure to really just clean up underneath this area. This is the key area. This is part of the lifting area. This part can be a little bit more bushy, but you really want to make sure that this is nice and clean right in here. And that'll help with the eye. Okay.
And you didn't put any kind of a base or anything on the eyelid? I don't remember seeing concealer or anything.
Oh yeah, no concealer. Concealer will crease. The only spot you want to put concealer is tucked right in here.
Okay. And what do you put on the eyelid? Because I think I always do even just makeup, whatever foundation I'm putting on.
So I don't recommend doing a foundation because it can crease, and it's not really, you need a drier product, something that's going to hold a color in. Foundation is more movable, and it'll start to crease your eyeshadow. Sometimes there are some long-wearing foundations, but just to be safe, just grab like a cream shadow stick or something like that. That's just easier. And that's why I love these, because they're already colored. There's like 300 different colors, and that we don't have to worry about it. But yeah, the farthest you really want to pull it in is like right in here, and then you can even take your like concealer right underneath your brow as well.
Oh, to brighten this up?
Yes. Yeah, I can show you that too real quick. It's easy, easy way to add a little lip.
So yes on the brow, not on the lid.
Yes, exactly. Because this part won't move right here. The lid is what is moving, and so you need a really good product that is meant for an eyeshadow. But yeah, like
making like a nice soft brow, because I know sometimes when you use the pencils, it can come across a little too harsh.
Yeah, that's why I pulled. That's why I pulled the powder. It's just super easy, and you're not as stuck if you mess up. You can use, like a spoolie or a Q-tip and just soften it up, diffuse it a little bit more. Yeah, I feel like if you're not a true, like, I don't know, makeup junkie, powders are usually probably the easiest route to go. I know that seems scary because brushes, a lot of people are intimidated by brushes. But I love, like, this is a boar bristle brush. You can see the head on it. It's got an angle to it. It's really a tough brush, so this pushes the product into the skin instead of dusting off. Like, you wouldn't want to use an eyeshadow brush. It needs to be specifically an eyebrow brush.
What brand brushes do you use out of curiosity?
I am diehard Bobbi Brown brush fan. I've had my set, gosh, at least like 14 years, I feel like, and they are still brand new. Like, they're amazing. You just gotta take care of them versus buying a million cheap brushes, and then you're probably gonna spend about the same amount of money that you would on just the one, if that makes sense. Invest in your tools for sure. I'm gonna show you a little bit too how you can take that concealer, and if it's, not all of us have time to tweeze every day, so this is a great way, quick little trick to hide any of those little hairs. If you just take your concealer, and I'm going right along the edge of the powder line of where I drew on her brow. You see how it made it a lot more crisp?
Mm-hmm.
Where's my light? And almost is like a quick way to add a little highlight.
Yeah.
Just press it in. But anyway, how many of you want to see me do eyeliner with the brush?
Go for it.
Or a pencil?
How about do one eye with one and one eye with the other?
Okay. Yeah. So
You're the best.
So Holly was intimidated too by you.
I still need another private lesson.
I got you, girl.
The eyeshadow stick, every time I mess up, covers it up, so I don't have to start completely over.
Yeah, it's a little magical eraser. So this is almost like a putty. I'm not a fan of lip liner. You have to have a very, very steady hand, and I feel like I have an insanely steady hand, and it's still like it's still hard. So I love this. It's like a shoe polish texture. It's very light and doesn't pull an eye. This is black eyeliner. I found this awesome the other day, and I love it. L'Oreal makes it, and it's a great price.
Really not my type.
For the product's almost exactly the same. But I'm going to use the Bobbi Brown gel. And with this is so important. When you do your eyeliner, you're going to want to lift your lid and get it right into that lash line. Mother, I've taught you this. Okay.
No, I poke my eyes.
Okay, so when you're doing liner, look down. I'm going to go right into the lash line. I'm painting it. That way, if you don't have a steady hand, you don't have to worry about drawing on the line. You're literally your lashes should be moving because you're filling in that space in between the lashes and the lid. And you want to go corner to corner, make it seamless. Look straight. See already how that made her eye look bigger?
Yes. Wait a minute. Did you do that underneath or right in here or?
Mom, scoot closer.
So did you do it right on the line right here on top of the lid or underneath?
So I'm coming from underneath and just wiggling in the lash line directly.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And going corner. I'm not necessarily just doing completely on that waterline. You're just taking it to the lash line. It's easier to come from underneath and on top because that way you get a cleaner line. And again, you want to do corner to corner, look down. And honestly, y'all, this is so much easier to do on yourself than it is for like me as an artist because you can control your eye a little bit more. Look over to this side. And again, corner to corner.
Wow.
So when I do it on myself, I lift my lid up and then I'll just go back and forth, paint it. And so now that she has it right there, like that's a good clean eye right there. I want to make it a little bit thicker just to give her even a little bit more of a lift. So now that we have that, I'm going to go look straight. I'm going to go right back on top. Turn this way. Do you guys see, if I were to draw a line from here to here, if there was a line going all the way up, that's basically where you want that angle to start with the eye. Do you see how I gave her a little wing?
Mm-hmm.
And from there,
I appreciate how subtle that is, because it's not like.
Mm-hmm.
it's very doable for every day. It's not dramatic, but we can definitely. I'm gonna add a little bit more drama. And this is such an easy way to get. I mean, I do mine a lot more smoked out, but I love eyeliner. I'm gonna take just a dark shadow. This is where you guys, for maybe for nighttime if you want to pop it up for happy hour. You can take a shadow in a similar color. If you were to use a brown eyeshadow or brown eyeliner, use a brown shadow. Something a little one step lighter than the actual eyeliner itself. And then you're gonna go right, not completely covering the eyeliner, because you want the darkest part of the liner to be right along that lash line. So it's kind of like an ombre effect. So you're gonna take open, and I'm gonna go right on top of this liner. And this is also really good if you don't have a steady hand, you can just diffuse that liner with the powder. It just layers right on top. Actually, close one.
So if someone has really tiny eyes, what would you recommend for the eyeliner?
So for someone with tiny eyes, the exact same thing. Tight lining as close as you can. Open. With everybody, you want, I call this the wing zone. So from pupil back, this whole triangle is the area you can blow out. From pupil in, you want to keep that clean, light, bright, because what's happening is you're trying to open the eye. If you start putting dark in this area, it's going to start closing in. So you're trying to separate the eyes. So that's why a lot of times you'll see people put highlighter right here and keep it lighter in here, and then you can just keep it go darker right in the wing zone. So basically from here back. Yeah, and keep that liner extremely tight from pupil in. Yeah, it's just super soft, looks great. Voila. I'm gonna take a little bit more and go right. Connecting, you can see I'm connecting. Oh, here's another important part. When doing a bottom liner, you always want to make sure that your top liner is lighter than, or sorry, your top liner is lighter than your bottom liner. A lot of people I'll see will do super dark along the bottom. That's going to bring the eye down. If you do super dark, on the bottom, you're going to want to make the top even darker and thicker. The idea is that's what is going to keep the face looking lifted and up. And again, thicker to thin. I can even take, I'm just going to take a little bit of that darker shadow and just add it right into the outer corner. This is all part of the eyeliner. You can just blend it, buff it out. You don't even need to add product. You can just buff it out. I'm just using just a regular eyeshadow brush. Okay.
Wow, I like it.
And mascara. There's so many things I want to teach y'all. Like, it's hard for me to like just stop at liner.
Just have her come over and do it.
This is a cheaper mascara, but I really love it. It's a Lash Paradise. It's a great one. Benefit makes a really good one too, called Better Than Sex, and that one's beautiful. I'm sorry, Mom. The name of the product. But those two, and they actually kind of look the same. I don't have one out here with me, but L'Oreal, Voluminous Lash Paradise, and then the Benefit are my two top favorite mascaras right now.
Interesting.
Black, don't do brown. Brown doesn't do anything for you. I'm not a fan of colored mascaras. I just think it just looks like makeup. You could do colored liners. Colored liners are always fun. Just stick with a good, clean, black mascara. Look down. So now I'm just gonna take some of that. This is an extra black, so super dark. And I do a bunch of coats, wiggling from the root of the lash to the tip. Look straight.
Wow.
So mind you, my mom already has mascara on one side. But how many coats do you normally do?
Me?
And mascara. One. You need more than one people. As you can see. Okay, let me turn this down a little bit. All right. I'm gonna add a teeny bit more bottom liner to my mom, just because she's got big almond eyes. It's really your preference. You don't have to wear bottom liner. I like bottom liner. I feel like if you're, you can take whatever eyeshadow that you have, like I'll show you guys, like you could use any of these colors as like a bottom liner. I wouldn't do the black because I already did black on top, just to keep going with that darkest on top to lighter on bottom. Don't be afraid of like something like this, like a pink tone, a camel tone, like any of these.
Yeah.
And then just connect corner to corner. Again, everything's seamless.
Huh.
But again, we're still doing the thick to thin. Look straight. Add a little bit more.
Hey, where are you going? Oh wait, I'm on a tutorial.
You would.
I didn't know I was unmuted or muted.
Like that. Okay. So next step, we got a little fallout. I'm just gonna add a smidgen more of.
You look beautiful. You are beautiful.
Oh, I know. I love my beautiful.
I'm just like, even your eye color kind of pops. Like it looks just like your daughter's.
Oh.
Hers look like yours. Look how beautiful. Oh my gosh, you have a pretty skin.
Thank you. Okay.
The magic of television.
Yeah, I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
How many coats of mascara? You said you need more than just one.
I would do at least 3 to 4. I'm more of a like 12.
Oh my.
Oh my gosh.
The trick is
I have 3 on right now.
yeah. The trick to doing mascara is wiggling it and keep it moving. That way it doesn't get clumpy. Because sometimes if you just keep layering it, that's when you can get like spider lashes. Definitely don't do that on the bottom. I usually do about 2 coats on the bottom. At the top, really, but that wiggling movement is key to all of it. And then just going back, I will take my finger and just, if it gets a little clumpy at the tips, just go through it. Or buy just a pack of these. They're like $1 on Amazon, just dry spoolies. And you can go through it. It just kind of grooms them out and throw it away when you're done. But as you can see, like drawing attention to that lash line, keeping it dark. It's not even necessarily about eyeshadow. It's really about that eyeliner, because that's what is going to lift your eye, not the shadow. The eye, yes. Your eyelid will change shape over years as you age, but your eye shape will never change. So that's what you can always go back to. If you don't have time for eyeshadow, don't even worry about it. Eyeliner is more important. That's what's going to do it for you anyways. Now for blush. Do you guys want to see a quick like bronzing contour?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
please. Absolutely.
I need lips.
You got lips. Okay, once again, since my mother's complaining with lips here, I'm gonna do Oh, Holly,
Yes.
have you guys, I don't even have it. There's a lip mask out there that's really popular. It's called
I'll go
Laneige.
get it.
I found a really good dupe. It's the Milani. I just found this the other day. Let me see.
Oh, a new one?
But it's like $10 versus $20. And it almost looks the same. It's a rose sleep mask. But I use it as my gloss. I love the Laneige, but if you're looking to not break your bank right now, because I know we're all trying to save this crazy time, the Milani Rose Butter is a good second option. But the Laneige is amazing, and that's $20 you can get at Sephora, but I love it.
Is the Milani the same gloss that you had me use?
Was it? Yeah.
Is that
No.
the Milani gloss?
No. Oh, yes, it was. I forgot.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, my husband, like, I gave him the color and he bought it for me at H-E-B.
He did, and you have been using it?
Every day, right now.
I love it. And that's a great drugstore brand if you guys see it. A lot of their products I'm starting to love. I used to be the biggest makeup snob because I came from doing department store Neiman Marcus stuff where if it was sold at a drugstore, I wouldn't even look at it. Now I'm all about it. I'm finding that there's so many good brands out there. You don't need to spend $1 million on it. Okay, so I'm going to use, there's a lot of good bronzers out there. This one is not a cheap one. It's the Charlotte Tilbury. I love it. This is the Film Star Bronze and Glow. It's a great product. Bobbi Brown makes a good one too. This one, there's a million good ones. The trick is getting the right color because there's so many colors out there. There's shimmer ones, there's matte ones. You really need to take a look at your chest tone and see what color is it? Does it look more red? Does it look more brown? Does it look more yellow? The best way to match yourself is like pull your shirt down in the store, hold a mirror up, and let me show you. I'm going to put two comparison to each other. Like on me or my mom. Do you see how you can see that color? These are both bronzers.
More red.
Can y'all see that? Which one do you think? This one or this one would be her bronzer color?
I guess.
That looks more like her. To me, this color almost looks like greeny, and it just doesn't look like the right tone. And a lot of times, even if you hold up 3, but yeah, she definitely pulls more red. So that's always a way to see. Me too. I'm more like that too. This just stands off. This doesn't look like my natural coloring. So on my mom, we're going to use the one that has a little bit more of a red tone. All right, bronzer. So you want to take bronzer for contour and start around the hairline. And what you're going to see is I'm going to make almost like a 3 pattern. I'm using a Bobbi Brown bronzer brush. I do love this. It is one of my favorite. It doesn't get, it blends everything for you without you really having to worry about buffing things in. It does all the buffing for you. So you're going to take it around the hairline, turn this way. Take it right, cut it right onto that cheekbone. Buff, buff, buff. And then you're going to pull it. Do you see I'm pulling it by her ear? Underneath. A lot of people forget that you have to pull it underneath. You'll get that white line. It'll look like your face is disconnected from your body. The bronzer is going to pull all of it together and seamless, but all the way back in your hairline, underneath the chin, and down. So buff, buff, buff. So like right here, you see how it's giving her a little bit more of a contour. So hairline 1, 2, 3, almost like this pattern. Back up. Focusing, okay. You can if you want to. It's been very trendy to take a little bit down the side of the bridge of your nose.
Will it make my nose look smaller?
I mean, it helps a little bit. You just want to make sure, again, that the bronzer is the right color for you. And because that way it does the UV match almost like foundation, and you're using good brushes that will really blend it in. But again, keeping to that 3 pattern, 1, 2, 3, turn this way. And I'm gonna add a little bit more. Like, feel where your jawbone is and go right underneath it. Look straight. And then blend it out. I'm just gonna blend a little bit more. My mom's got good German strong cheekbones, so she doesn't need too much contouring. Okay. Any questions about the bronzer? Okay, now blush. I have a palette that's got all different tones. I'm gonna start with one that's a little bit more of like a bronzer color. I like to layer my blush. So I'm gonna take this one that has, it's almost like an almond tone. And when applying blush, you wanna take it right to that apple of the cheek and blend, turn this way, all the way back. Again, seamless. Blend, 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 blend. And don't be afraid of going higher with your blush. A lot of people do it too low. You gotta think about where you naturally get flushed. So like when you pinch yourself, you get flushed right in the apples of your cheeks. So you want, that's where you want the color to burst from. And then again, blend all the way back. I always recommend getting like a brighter pink. Just to, a lot of women I find have very, like just too orangey or too red blushes, and it doesn't look fresh. It's not lifting, it's not brightening. This one is a really good one for everybody. It's the Rose Shimmer Brick. Watch what it does. It's just such a perfect flush of pink. And right back on the cheek, it has a little bit of a shimmer in it. And then blend all the way back. It gives her a little glow, a little shine, and it has that perfect pop of pink. So pretty. I'm gonna layer one more blush on her. Turn this way. See how that brush is right along here, blending back. And then you can even pull it. You just wanna make sure everything is blended. Another trick, I like taking whatever bronzer or blush and just taking it and popping it close, right on the lid. Okay. And then taking the bronzer and using it as a crease color. Okay. And it always will work. And it always pulls in all the makeup.
So pretty.
So I'm taking the bronzer using her in the crease. And then blush on my eyelid. Okay, lip. I'm just gonna, so, does anyone have questions about lip colors or anything like that? I'm gonna take my mom's natural lip color and just give it a little bit more brightness. The best way to pick a lipstick is looking at your natural lip color and maybe going 1 or 2 shades lighter or darker. But if you stay in that color family, you'll always get the right lip. My best everyday lip is one that's almost the same color as my own lip, and it will never look unbalanced with your blush. Just a lot of times I feel like people want to put a red lipstick on or a coral lipstick on, but then you need to go back and make sure you have the appropriate blush color. But if you have one that's naturally the same color as your skin tone, you don't even have to worry about it not looking even. So my mom,
We have a question. How do you make thin lips look fuller?
Yes. Okay.
I will do it right now.
Lip liner. I use lip liner.
Okay. Yes, lip liner is key.
I don't have any on.
I just put some of that lip mask on. So you're gonna want to overline the lip, and there's a way to do that. So I'm gonna have my mom go like this. Okay. I'm gonna go right underneath her lip line. Following all the corner to corner. All right, see how her bottom already looks bigger now? Okay, I'm gonna go around the top. Turn this up. So I'm overlaying the top as well. This pretty.
Yeah.
You can really, everyone has a little tuck, like their lip tucks out a little bit. You can just go right where that shadow is. Some makeup artists I know even will add bronzer underneath to create more of a pout, and that helps too. But you can really go hardcore with it underneath your lip line. It doesn't show. Just be a little bit more careful on the top. With underneath, you can really do it. But like my mom, she just doesn't have the fullest on the top, so we can. If you wanted to look fuller, make sure to really emphasize the outer corners.
Oh, I never put it.
A lot of people stop, but yeah, you really want to get the corners. Wow, there's Botox. A little filler in there, not Botox, I mean filler. And then adding a little bit of a lighter gloss to highlight works really well. So I'm just gonna do a little bit more here. Start in the center of the lip. Does anyone use highlighters? This is always a good trick too, if you do use a highlighter, which I can put on you. You can take whatever highlighter that you use on your face. So this is part of that Charlotte Tilbury. I'm just gonna add it right along the cheekbone. You can take it open. You can pop it right in the center and then just kind of, whatever highlighter, you can pop it in it. Just mix it with some gloss and all of it. You can always throw it on. And then you can do it also in the center of your lid as well.
Gloss?
No, this is the powder highlighter that you can use. Some people use it with their face for contour, but you can do it on eyes, cheeks, and lip.
Any tips for lasting lipstick?
What's that?
Any tips for lasting lipstick? Like lipstick that'll last for heating?
I do. I really did not want to like her stuff, but the Kylie Jenner lip kits are really actually pretty good. I like her lip liners. I'm not a big fan of the lipstick. The lip liners wear better than the lipsticks do. You're better off putting the lip liner on and then putting a gloss over it versus using the long-wear lipsticks. Those look great for about maybe 30 minutes, and then they start to crack, or you start to get that white stuff, and it just doesn't look pretty. So it's better off just going in with a lip liner, a long-wearing lip liner, like the Kylie Jenner ones would work great, and then just putting a gloss over it, and then just touching up with that throughout the night.
How would you compare that to the Jeffree Star stuff?
I've actually never tried his lip liners yet. I want to, but I would say always go with the lip liner versus a lipstick as far as long wear goes, and then just get something really hydrating. That's why I really love the lip mask, something that's going to make your lips look soft. And I always have dry lips, so I need something that's fully hydrating. Just even using a clear lip gloss with your favorite lip liner color is so easy. But I guess the last thing, that we've got the eye, the cheek, and the lip. I'm just going to use a little setting powder. I'm using the Huda Beauty. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but there's a lot of brands that have these. The HD powder. You don't necessarily need an HD powder every day, but I like them because they're really soft, and you don't have to worry about getting color matched if they're all going to be the same color. But they're just diffuse light. And you can say, I'm just going to press it on. There's the term called baking. Watch, I'll do it on me. I'm getting Gracie. I usually don't see myself when I'm doing makeup. Yeah, throw it on. Look at me. Yeah, we look great. And then just take your powder brush and buff it out. And it just looks super soft. It's good for all ages. My mom's super sensitive about things settling in her wrinkles and fine lines. But it doesn't interfere, like HD powders don't interfere with your makeup, like as far as affecting the color or the texture. And we call it a day. Do you guys have any other questions? Sorry.
This is amazing.
And it was super simple.
Simple for you, but this is great. So let us know, how are you continuing to service your clients while we are social distancing?
So right now, I'm really just meeting with my clients virtually. I've been taking makeup orders and ordering products for them, even dropping it off at their houses. But yeah, this is a newer thing for me. I do have clients that live out of state because I moved from California, and so I constantly am sending them stuff. So I'm trying to take what I've learned from my out of state clients and doing it here. But yeah, I mean, I've done even some one-on-ones where we sat outside. I used her brushes and we did a makeup lesson. There's all these different ways I'm trying to keep, my business going as far as all this crazy Corona stuff going on. But yeah, I have just really been offering group classes kind of like this, or just one-on-one makeup lessons where I even have some of my clients do it back, and then I'll just show them over virtually, so that we're doing it together, and then you can get a little bit more hands-on with it. But yeah, I mean, I'll do it all.
Well, thank you for doing this for us today. So what I'm going to ask is for you to send the recording to us, but also with the products and brushes. And then if you would just throw in what you're doing right now for your clients or group classes or new clients while we're in the social distancing environment, I would really appreciate it. Susan, you are such a trooper. You are beautiful, and you let her pick on you. But gosh, what a beautiful family. Thank you. And to all my friends, thanks for joining. This was super fun. I
want to keep doing this. This was great.
Hey, Leah, I would genuinely love to connect with you if you'd be down for that. I'm a cosmetologist based out of Chicago, and I really want to get involved with other artists.
I would love that. Yeah. Well, I'll send you all of my information and all of that stuff, and that way we can keep chatting. But
okay.
And where are you based?
Chicago, Illinois.
Oh wow, okay.
Just moved from Austin. And y'all, this is continuing. So Wednesday, Skincare with Lisa. I posted the link in the chat. Friday, Elizabeth Elias with her fabulous headband and great questions today, talking about organizing our closet, one of the best stylists on the planet. Leah, Susan, thank y'all.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know the email after this is going to be a lot of work. So thanks for pouring into us, and everyone, hope you have another pour tonight and that this is a good start to your week. And y'all, we are going to keep on being connected and sparkling through all of Corona. So thank y'all for spending time with me, and let me know what people y'all want to meet, because I have the coolest friends on the planet.
Yeah, you do.
Thank
Holly,
you so much.
Holly, you're the best on the planet.
Bye, y'all. Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye.